We have the Honorable Reverend Leroy Leopard back at the news anchor desk. And yes, there are a ton of news items to get to today, lots of faces being eaten. So we're going to jump right into the news. First, we have this Latina who is crying on video regarding Trump saying he's going to deport people and then actually following through with deporting people. Seems like many of her coworkers are sad and stressed, and she is too. So let's jump right into this story.
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the word that he promised us Latinos. This is crazy that starting next week, multiple cities will be hitting immigration. That is so crazy that multiple people are scared to go to work. Where I work at, a lot of Latinos did not go to work, and that's crazy because we have a living too. I hate that I voted for him. Now I'm so scared for my family and y'all family. Y'all, we need to come together and do something about this. This is so crazy.
So we just saw that Latina MAGA crying about the mass deportations, but Trump was saying in all of his pep rallies that they were going to deport a bunch of people. So maybe she didn't hear all of that. She didn't see all of the signs that said deport them in all of this. Okay. Now we have a Latina GOP representative who is begging Trump not to deport her Cuban voters specifically. So this is from Maria Elvira Salazar. She says, I'm concerned with how this new guidance may affect individuals in Miami. As you know, on Monday, January 20th, President Trump ended the program formerly known as the Processes for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans. Following up on this, yesterday's guidance expands expedited removal against these populations. Since many of these individuals currently reside in Miami, there are open questions on how exactly this will be implemented. Individuals must be afforded due process. I strongly urge you to ensure that all Cubans paroled in under CHNV program eligible for or with pending applications for the Cuban Adjustment Act are protected from deportation until their cases are fully resolved. Additionally, Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, and Haitians who arrived under CHNV program have no criminal record and have applied for asylum through the proper legal channels should also be protected until their cases are fully resolved. Although President Biden originally created this new program on dubious legal grounds and brought individuals here without a plan for their future, they were still enrolled under programs offered to them. Therefore, I believe they should have the ability to see their applications out to rectify their legal status. I look forward to hearing from you. So you see, she did not ask about the Mexicans or any other South American group, just specifically, the ones that are impacted in Miami. I do want to highlight the fact that this woman endorsed Trump. So here she is with Trump, and she thought that the people in Miami were going to be protected for some reason, specifically her Cubans. Like, what? Why are these people thinking that they are some special class of folks? They really think that they are just spicy mayo. They really think that they are white adjacent. I guess they're going to learn. I guess they are going to learn. Okay, so this is some of the comments. This is from the one where the lady was crying. It says, Latina voted for Trump and is now crying about how he is upholding his promise to mass deport illegal immigrants, mainly the brown skinned ones, some of which are her family members. And then this person says, textbook, leopards ate my face. And no temperature says, yep, straight from the horse's mouth. Usually I would be glad that people are waking up, but nah, he's been saying that he would do this. That's why I'm so confused. Like, why is she crying? And why was that sad music playing? Like, what? I don't get why these people are like shocked and clutching pearls and stuff. Al says it's not like Trump even tried to hide his intentions. Mass deportations was one of his campaign slogans. You voted for this. Embrace that decision. And then Selena says, big banners at his convention. Mass deportation now. I guess they thought those words meant not that. It's all very bizarro world. Football, rugby, MMA says the only signs at that convention. There were so many mass deportation signs in the audience, you'd have thought that was the name of the candidate. So Mr. Crook says, LOL, I'm envisioning idiocracy level election with President mass deportation defeating Miss National Healthcare. Yes, that's where we are right now. President mass deportation, because that is literally one of his biggest campaign promises. Why are these people crying now? All right, so this goes under the Maria Salazar letter saying, Member of Congress Maria Elvira Salazar of Latino origin is begging Trump to not deport Cuban residents of Florida under the new government policies. Maria Elvira endorsed Trump and promoted him among the Latino population of Florida, but now leopards are eating their faces. This person says, no si importa. If she feels so bad, she could switch parties and actually change things. And then BDD says, well, then Floridian Caribbeans will vote for a Republican, LOL. Make Me King says, hopefully they won't be too upset when Trump tries to send them back to Mexico. Jump Yosorian says, or one of the other 3 Mexican countries. Think Hegsich knows how many Mexicos there are. And then I click this blue hyperlink. It led me to this Fox News screenshot saying, Trump cuts U.S. aid to 3 Mexican countries. Yes, I'm confused. I didn't know that there were 3 different Mexican countries. So this one is titled Hispanic Trump Voter Getting Turned On at Work. All right, so it says this isn't specifically electrical, but just a story of what I heard at work today. So this is in the IBEW subreddit. It says, as we all know, Trump won the election. The union plumbers at my job actually wore Trump 2024 shirts the day he won to work. One of these plumbers is Hispanic. They look like one big happy family that day. Today at work, I heard his foreman calling him the most racist names and speaking to him in mock Spanish. They're arguing back and forth for a bit before his white foreman says something along the lines of, shut the F up, go back to work, you Hispanic slur. Can't wait till your butt gets deported. I have a feeling that guy might be regretting his choice. Now, the people in the comments start honing in on this title, Hispanic Trump voter getting turned on at work. Let's jump into the comments real quick. Asterisk Gaming says, oh, turned on means betrayed and not aroused. Palladian says, not to kink shame, but it could be both in this situation. Trey Swavels says the safe word is probably kofifi, hamburger, harder, okay. And then at the bottom it says maybe he has a humiliation kink. Sightblind says, I'm a liberal guy. Guy has entered the chat. VR Photos guy says analysis of their sexual proclivities would honestly explain a lot of Trump voters. Lucky Devil says, okay, I wasn't the only one who was confused. This person says, I knew what OP meant, but I did say, oh, and made a suggestive eye wiggle anyway. So this guy named Brian posted a screenshot and it says, actions have consequences. And whoever this person is says, to whom it may concern, I've been thinking a lot about life and death in the time that's passed since I pissed you off. It's been hard for me to accept how our differing political views have come between us, especially knowing how close we once were. But I want you to know that regardless of where we stand on those issues, you're someone who's always meant a lot to me. The bond we shared growing up is something I'll always treasure, and I regret how things turned out. I valued our friendship more than any disagreement, and I'd love to reconnect and move forward. Understanding that we may not see eye to eye on everything, what matters to me most is the person you are and the memories we made together. I hope we can find a way back to each other, even if it means agreeing to disagree. I miss you, and I'd like to hear from you when you're ready, with warmth and understanding. So the person who posted that said Trump voter lost friends due to voting for a fascist and expects them to agree to disagree so they can continue being friends despite them crossing their boundaries for friendship. Big old lefty testy says, imagine losing so many friends over Trump that you need to send out a form letter. And then the OP says, used to be a family friend, but has been blocked by everyone. So they made a public post on the local Facebook page as a final plea. You know, that has got to be a sign of desperation because everything else is blocked. So you have to make a post on a local page. Privacy Bush says, how unhinged is this guy to the point where everyone blocked him? And then this person says, we have an ex-friend that supported Trump, and I hear through the grapevine he's all out of friends. He tries to get in touch with multiple times over the last 8 years. Nobody's interested. Mr. Catboy says, part of me is a little surprised he isn't making friends with other Trump supporters. But then again, I've heard that liberals just make better friends. We're generally more accepting of people's differences, harbor most of the country's creative talents, and are just generally more chill and fun and non judgmental on things that don't make you a peen, at least. And that's the thing. They've been spending so much time trying to trigger the libs and all of this, and it was all fun and games, but now I guess they got what they wanted, and they didn't really want this, but they made their beds. They have to live with it. They're going to have to figure out how to make some friends with their MAGA, the other MAGA voters or something like that. Anyways, let me know what you think of this particular post with all of the faces being eaten. Join the conversation. Don't forget to like, comment,